It is Sunday the 24th of May and the day after a pretty stormy day. Saturday was 50 mph winds and driving rain all day. Today is better, although it's still not pleasant, so we're on like up to 18-19 mph winds and it's drizzling at the moment. But I'm just out having a look about, just checking everything's okay. I'm in the woodland garden and this is reasonably protected. But actually, the main reason I'm out here is just to talk a little bit about what I'm going to be doing today and over the coming days. And that is plant some hostas out here. You can see I've got some of my hostas that are in tubs at the moment and they're sitting around. There's some there and there's a couple there. I don't know why it didn't dawn on me before. You know how sometimes the obvious is is elusive. I've got loads of hostas, loads and loads, probably nearing 50 hostas. And some are in pots, some are reasonably protected from the chickens, but others are quite exposed. And this year in particular, I think particularly since we got the two new girls, Jemima and Emily, the chickens have all started eating the hostas. Now, I always have problems with slugs, so generally at this time of year, I will have nice hostas, but come August, September time, the slugs take over and annihilate them. And that's sort of okay. I can cope with that. I don't like it and I try and prevent it, but I can cope with it. But now, as soon as a hosta's popping its head up, the chickens, if they have access to them, are eating them. So I don't want that because I love my hostas. You can see there, for example, that's chicken damage. These are actually not so bad, but I'll show you some that are pretty annihilated, in fact. Look at this. So my plan is to use this woodland garden, to which the chickens do not have access, to plant as many hostas as I can fit in. So I brought some of the ones in pots around here, and there's a few others that I'm going to transplant and actually plant them in the soil rather than have them in pots. It's a woodland garden, there's trees, there's shelter, it's shade to semi-shade, but there is dappled sunlight in the morning and in the evening, so I think this will be fine for the hostas. Sorry, I'm sort of shouting a bit because of the windy weather. So that is my plan. So I'll just try and work out where I'm going to put them and make this into a bit of a hosta showpiece, I hope. Now, the slugs will still get them here, undoubtedly, but I hope that I'll still be able to keep the slugs off for a couple of months anyway, to get a nice display, and then we'll take it from there. I've also been undertaking an exercise of working out what each of these hostas are. A number of them are unknown to me, or if I did know them or had them written down on labels, the labels have fallen off, or not fallen off but rubbed off. So I'm going to try and be really diligent at labelling and naming the hostas in a way that I won't lose track of what they are. So I've already got started an index of them, everyone's numbered, and then I've bought myself paint pens that hopefully will do better than the Sharpies at staying permanent. So that is the plan. While I'm in here, this lovely rhododendron is flowering. It's a cracking colour. A cerise pink. No, not cerise. what would you call it? A light mauve perhaps, with dark patches on the leaves. Very, very nice. The yellow and the whites have done their thing and they're now gone over. But yeah, it's great having some rhododendrons out here as well, and they seem to like it fine. Anyway, let's go to the main garden and have a look at some of the other hostas that I'm going to transplant out to the woodland. So here's a couple of prime candidates for transplanting, for a couple of reasons. Well, first off, you can see that the chickens are having a good nibble. Look at that. And second of all, these two planters are going to go. I have some plans for making some planters for this gable, the wall of the house, and so I'm quite happy to get rid of or move, depending on what they're like once I get in about them, these two planters. So getting the hostas out and actually getting the ferns out that are in there as well is a good move. So these are the first two that I'm going to transplant from the main part of the garden to the woodland garden. So I may as well get these ferns out at the same time. Okay, then we put this one in front of these, this little shrub. So what I need to do is to make a hole for it, and there's actually membrane down here, or there was, actually I think I might be in what was a bed before, so that's maybe okay. So I need to dig a hole here to get the hosta in, and I might just take out this little holly while I'm at it. I think I'm just going to have to do that for now. Huh? Or maybe there is membrane. Actually, because there's some big trees here, there's loads of tree roots that infringe and things. Ooh. So it'll be quite dry for the hostas, but hopefully it'll be okay. And look at this. It's like roots and stuff. I'll put some fresh compost in here. I'm going to put some fresh compost in. That should be absolutely fine. It's a bit moth-eaten just now, but hopefully it'll recover to show some nice leaves. this year. Right, a bit dirty, but it's fine. And we'll cover it with wood chip again, and it will look like it has been here forever. I'll go and get a watering can and give it a water. Get rid of some of the dirt. There we go. Give it a good old water in. And that should be it. I'll tidy up, and I've got quite a few more hostas to put in now.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air, and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Oh, dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes, undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond